What is up, college football fans? What is up, Clemson Tiger fans? Happy spring game Saturday to everybody. Look at this backdrop here. Now, I'm pretty sure I'm breaking the law right now. I'm on some construction site that's closed down. But that is Lake Hartwell right there behind me, which is all I care about. So if I get in trouble, I get in trouble. It was worth it. Look, today was a great day as far as the spring game goes. A very different type of spring game than any other spring game I've been to. Not a big fan of what they've done as far as the changes. I'll get in that in a minute. But hey, at least we're not one of these schools that canceled the spring game because we're scared that somebody's going to watch somebody in a spring practice game and offer them $5 or $10 million to transfer. That might be the dumbest shit that I've heard. Look, if you don't want to have a spring game, just say, hey, we don't want to have a spring game. We don't want to risk injury, whatever. But making excuses for why your team or your program is so bad when the expectations are so high based on a spring practice game? Come on, man. What? I can't even believe that some of these schools, Nebraska, Southern Cal, Texas, I think Ohio State did it too. Oh my God, they might see somebody catch a pass in practice and offer them $8 million and there goes our season. What? Now, so shout out to Dabo, Sweeney, and Clemson, and Graham Neff, and whoever else is involved in not canceling the spring game. That's great. But, and you guys have heard me say this before, this is not a game. The word game in spring game isn't meant to be taken literal, okay? It's a spring practice game, a scrimmage between the offense and the defense. Now, let's get into that. So the changes that I don't like with the new format. In years past, up until this year, it was always sort of a draft process. Like, so they would pick an honorary head coach of the orange team and an honorary head coach of the white team. And they would sort of have a draft on offense and defense. I'm going to take Cade Klubnik. Okay, well, I'll take Vizina. All right, well, I'll take Antonio Williams. All right, well, I'll take Bryant Westco. That kind of thing. And they would build two teams, offense and defense, and they would play against each other almost like a real game. Whereas it was as close as you can get to a real game, but still be not a real game, just practice. They didn't do that this year. So this year, it was the orange team was offense, so all the offensive players on the team were on the orange team. All the defensive players were on the purple team. And so they would just rotate the players in and out. So on one drive, Cade Klubnik would be the quarterback. The next drive, Christopher Vizina would be the quarterback, so on and so forth. So, it's first string, second string, third string, whatever. And on each drive, they would just, play against each other. And that's fine and all. And I don't really have a problem with that. That wasn't even really what kind of bothered me. But every year, the quarterback always had the purple jersey on. The purple jersey means he's untouchable. Well, not literally untouchable. You could two-hand touch him. That's the tackle, but you can't tackle him. This year, it looked like the Rainbow Coalition out there. You had players with purple jerseys. You had players with green jerseys. You had players with black jerseys. The only ones that were actually allowed to play full-on tackle football were either wearing orange or purple. That's it. Everybody else, two-hand. I don't even know what all these colors mean. That's the other thing. I'm sitting in the stands trying to decipher what each color means. They didn't give us a program that said, well, yeah, purple means, green means you can't hit him. Yellow means you could kind of hit him. Black means you don't even look at him. I don't know. What am I doing here? I got to sit here and decipher what different colored jersey means? Look, if you don't want the player to be hit at all, don't put him in the game. Otherwise, just not have the game. Now, here's the other thing. And I thought this was actually funny, not annoying. But I think I've been to 10 or 12 straight spring games. I can't remember. And many before that, too. But I'm talking about consecutive games. Every year, they've been televised. Now, that doesn't matter to me because I'm there. I don't need to watch it on TV if I'm there. But the dynamic on the field when it's televised versus non-televised is actually pretty funny. Because, and here's why, to me anyway. I have been telling all of you for years, people have taken the spring game way too seriously for a long time. And this year proved my point. When it's on TV and you've got Kirk Herbstreit or whoever the F else from ESPN or Fox Sports or wherever on the field with Dabo, Dabo's got the microphone on, clipped on his lapel, and they're doing the commentary for the plays, and then Dabo after every play they'll go to Dabo. What do you think about that play? Or Antonio Williams, what a great kid, great young man, blah blah blah. This year, not on TV. So what do? They gave Dabo the microphone the whole time. Holy shit. For anybody who is doubting the fact that the spring game is nothing more than a practice, if you didn't go to this game, you didn't know what I was talking about. It was Dabo at practice with, 35 or 40,000 people in the stands. They closed the upper deck, so whatever, half of the stadium is full. So let's say 35, 40 conservatively, 1,000 fans there. It's Dabo Swinney for 3 hours with a microphone yelling at every player between every play. Every play. Oh, Zeno, you missed him to the left. Holy shit, man, you missed that tackle. Oh my God, you're not in position. It literally was him yelling at players at practice for 3 hours, except it was over the PA system. It wasn't, it wasn't Kirk Herbstreit going, for 3 hours and then cutting in on Dabo. It was Dabo conducting a 3 hour long practice in front of fans. That's what it was. What do I take out of the game itself? Nothing. It is funny though, two of the biggest performers in the game, if that's what you want to call it, two of the biggest plays or players were both transfers. You can't make this stuff up, folks. Jeremiah Alexander led the team in tackles, led the defensive team, because that's what they did. Led the team in tackles. Transfer from Alabama. Tristan Smith, the biggest play, the biggest offensive touchdown, 74-yard touchdown in the second half. Transfer. Again, you can't make this stuff up, guys. Dabo doesn't take transfers forever. And then in the spring game, practice game, the two biggest performers were transfers. But all in all, a great day, a beautiful day. I would trade an 88-degree day. It was hot in there. I'm not going to lie. It was hot. I would rather it be 88 degrees than 48 degrees like it was a few years ago. That was miserable. So, look, good weather, good food, cold beer, and football. Sign me up. Go Tigers.